There's a lot of guys that are getting out of prison every single day because of being accused of something that they didn't do, because it's a whole agenda behind believe all women by default and not because they can actually prove that you did anything to them. Do you think that it's valid for men to question everything the same way that we question each other, right? I don't by default believe anything that anybody says.
There might be an agenda to believe all women, but it's never been acted out. It might be a theory that people came up with. It might even be an agenda. If you want to say, I don't think it's an agenda. It might be all of those things, but it's never been practiced. We don't believe women.
You don't think so?
No, we don't. We still don't believe women, and we certainly don't believe black women. If somebody comes out right now, any one of these women or men, I don't care, because I don't even think about gender that way. If anybody comes out right now and says, so-and-so did this to me, what I think is the most practical thing for the society that we live in right now is just to believe the person.
Never.
Why?
Never.
Hold on. Let me tell you why. You want to hear why I think that? The reason why I think that is because if I decide, no, I don't believe you, and now I'm all asking all these questions, guess what? Now the truth is much more muddier.
That breaking news coming out of Texas, where Kansas City Chiefs player and Fresno native Xavier Worthy has been arrested. Public jail records from Williamson County show the incident happened yesterday. Worthy was booked in jail for allegedly assaulting a household member or a family member by impeding their breathing or circulation.
That household member, ladies and gentlemen, is Tia Jones, a 24-year-old professional sprinter who is also signed to Adidas and is engaged to Xavier Worthy since July 2024. And since that time, Xavier purchased a home so the two can live in while they were engaged. So you got the happy home, you got the ring, you got the happiness being shown on social media. The billion-dollar question is, where exactly did things go wrong?
Hey y'all, so unpack with me in our new home. You see it? It's a rock.
Well, apparently things have been shaky. And things have been shaky ever since Xavier Worthy was informed that Tia was cheating on him. So what does a man do that has the capital to afford it? He hires a private investigator. And not only was this woman cheating, but she was making sure and strategically doing it on the weekends that he was away for an away game. And for non-NFL fans who don't know what that is, that's when the team go away to a different city or state to play, and they come back the following week. So the man hired a private investigator to make sure that these claims were not baseless. And the investigator, ladies and gentlemen, came up with tons of evidence. Now, once Xavier was given the evidence and he confronted Tia, that's when all hell broke loose. He immediately demanded that she pack up her stuff and get out of the house. But this woman was not having that. And since we live in a society where we're taught whenever a woman says something,
just to believe the person.
Once he told her to get out of the house, she pursues to threaten him with extortion. In her mind, she wasn't leaving empty-handed. I guess things escalated at that point. She grabbed his dreads and wound up pulling some of his hair out. This is why in the recent picture when you see the man, you see him with a fresh cut. Because the man has so many bald spots in his dreads, there was no salvaging it, so he decided to have a fresh start. On top of that, she scratched up the man's face and brought destruction inside the man's home and his property. After all of these things, she decided to call the cops, say that the man abused her, which got him booked. Everything would have went according to plan, the way she set everything up. But little did she know that this man had video evidence and text messages saved documenting everything that went down. This, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why in less than 24 hours, this man was released, and during that time, his lawyers dropped a statement on his behalf. We are aware of the allegations that led to Mr. Worthy's arrest. We are working with law enforcement in Williamson County to ensure they have the benefit of the totality of the circumstances that led to this allegation. The complainant was recently asked to vacate Mr. Worthy's residence upon discovering of her infidelity. She has refused to do so and made a number of extortive efforts prior to resorting to this baseless allegation against Mr. Worthy. We will continue to cooperate with the Williamson County authorities as we have full faith that their thorough investigation will support Mr. Worthy's innocence.
Fresno native and Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy has been released from jail after he was arrested for felony domestic abuse. The charges were dropped this afternoon by a district attorney in Texas.
On Friday, Worthy was arrested and charged with assault on a family or household member in which their breath was impeded. After the wide receiver was arrested, his lawyer released a statement that said the unidentified woman who made the complaint had been living with Worthy the past 2 weeks. The woman was asked to leave Worthy's house after he discovered she was unfaithful to him.
I'm glad this dude was smart enough to document everything and made sure he kept all the text messages, had video evidence of everything that happened. Because I'm sorry, this is bad for real victims, but it's women like this that mess it up for real victims. So when a real victim do come out, nobody gives them the benefit of the doubt. They think that the victim is lying. Because you saw this happen to Jonathan Majors. You saw this happen to Javante Davis. You saw this happen to Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, and what about the people who aren't celebrities? What about situations that they go through?
So she to talk on in my school, and the cab driver, like, I'm literally with teachers right now, and they told me to phone Uber because he tried to rape me. And I'm crying, and they're gonna send me to the hospital. Are you okay? Fully verify your account. Okay. I'm just really scared. So that we can help this story. Okay.
What's the craziest thing you heard somebody do this year?
Fake a. I've heard someone fake a and then fake a pregnancy.
That's dangerous.
So she cheated on her boyfriend and then she faked a to make it look like she didn't cheat.
I called like child services on this one. I called child services on my ex.
That shit ain't funny.
Because he pissed me off, and then I was like, yeah, I'm done with this person, whatever. Like, you know, cheater, fucking piece of shit, lies about dumb shit. He had kids. I called child services on his ass, and I like fabricated everything and like said certain things, and they like went to the door, and like there was a whole process. Like, I don't even know if the children's aid worker still visits them, but she probably does, because what I sent, like the way I AI'd that shit, you know, like real AI shit, like fake bruises type shit.
Wow. That's nasty work, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we should not believe all women just because they say something. Matter of fact, we shouldn't believe anybody on the premises of them making an accusation. Unless you have the proof or documentation or video evidence or something, or some type of paper trail to prove your claims are 100% fact, nah, I'm sorry. You can't walk into a situation taking what somebody said at face value. As far as this chick go, I pray this dude don't play the nice guy and don't look to press charges or get some kind of vindication based on her actions. Because too many times you see people play the nice guy, yeah, the charges get dropped and everything, and the woman just get to skate on and live life like she never did anything. No, I disagree with that. You put up false accusations and you know you're lying, you should do some time to think about what you did, because it's a pattern that people are putting up false allegations against people, mainly women, and suffering no consequences, no type of accountability for their actions. And until people start freaking putting their foot down and look for retribution, this nonsense is gonna continue going on. So I hope she lands in jail and suffer the consequences and take some kind of accountability for trying to ruin this man's career, trying to ruin this man's life, just because you're in your feelings or you're making rash decisions based on your emotions. Learn to control your freaking emotions. Cause I promise you, a chick do some bull job like that to me, I don't care how close we are, I'm looking to press every single thing that I can, and if it winds you up in jail, so be it. I'll take glee in that happening to you so that you learn from your freaking mistake. This is why I preach to my kids now, my daughters. Learn to control your emotions, because they will make you do things that you'll never imagine, and by the time you realize it, it's too freaking late. Drop your comments and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to hear your take on this. If it's your first time here, consider hitting that subscribe button and clicking that notification bell. And if you want to see our other content, click the cards that just popped up. I'm your boy Walls P. This is Matter of Opinion. Let's run it up to 30,000, ladies and gentlemen. Catch you on the next one. Peace.
It's a matter of opinion.